Clarke County recently adopted an ordinance that subjects the use of e-cigarettes to the same state restrictions as tobacco cigarettes.
In the ordinance, we call them inhalant delivery systems. So basically, it's a device that has some liquid in it, usually containing nicotine, but it contains other substances as well. And it's got an element, battery-powered element, that heats the liquid up, turns it into a vapor that you can inhale into your lungs.
Use of vaping devices differs from smoking conventional cigarettes in that there is no fire or combustion. The devices and products used in vaping are too new to be sufficiently studied and are not currently regulated.
In terms of the secondhand exposure, very concerned about that. There is no evidence that it's safe to be around somebody who's using one of these devices.
The Clarke County Board of Health's decision to restrict vaping in the county to the same public places and employment areas as cigarettes is not unusual. There are similar restrictions in other jurisdictions of the state.
The one exception in the ordinance is that you will be able to use these to sample product in a store that exclusively sells these devices. So it can't be a grocery store that sells groceries and these devices, but in a store that only sells inhalant delivery systems and the accessories that go with them.
I mean, I can understand that people don't want to see vapors where they don't want to see smokers because it does look so similar, but I am glad that the exemption was put in that we can vape inside the vapor stores so that customers can try the different flavors.
Another reason for the vaping ordinance was a concern that youth might be influenced by seeing adults use these devices openly in public places. E-cigarette use among American youth tripled between 2012 and 2014. Nicotine exposure at a young age may cause lasting harm to brain development, promote addiction, and lead to sustained tobacco use.
These are electronic smoking devices that were confiscated from young people, youth, at public schools here in Clarke County. They're for sale everywhere right now. There's no restrictions on where they can be sold or how they can be sold. Clarke County now has a regulation that they can't be sold to minors, but that's not the case everywhere.
The new ordinance could help discourage use among youth. Bryce Hackett offers a youth perspective to this subject. Bryce represents Clarke County Youth on the Public Health Advisory Council, a diverse group that provides feedback to the Board of Health on local public health issues.
Youth still make up a massive portion of our community, and they essentially need a say. I feel it's my duty to kind of help make up that difference and try to give youth an opportunity to have their voices be heard.
Bryce Hackett volunteers in ways to improve the quality of life in Clarke County. He is a recent graduate of Columbia River High School and plans to major in bioengineering and global health technologies.
But I do try to gauge a lot of my peers that I go to school with about their opinions on certain topics. There's been a lot of conversation recently regarding e-cigarettes, and so I've been talking with them about their opinions and sharing some facts.
For his efforts to promote and protect public health, Bryce received the 2015 Student Health Champion by the Washington State Public Health Association. Bryce has spoken before state legislators in Olympia and the Clarke County Board of Health on the impacts of vapor devices on youth.
With regard to the youth use of e-cigarettes and other vapor devices, I have personally noticed some major trends developing within the community. Prohibiting use of these devices in public places is a crucial component in deterring Clarke County youth from making choices that will negatively impact their personal health. Thank you.
Bryce Hackett did a really incredible job of representing youth and his perspective in terms of this and many other examples. But in this case, it was around inhalant delivery devices. He was very effective in terms of speaking to the youth perspective. It was great advice for the Board of Health.
For more information on the ordinance restricting vaping, go to the Clarke County Public Health's webpage at clarke.wa.gov/public-health.